All right, this time on Ultima Final Fantasy, we're going to be talking about that Final Fantasy 15 mobile. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode and another season of Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate Final Fantasy podcast. I am Joe.
I am Caleb.
And today we are going to be discussing a lot of things. It is a catch-up episode. Twice. This happens when we have a lot of reviews in a row. Tons of news piles up from Shinru and others, and then tons of questions pile up from Shinru and others as well. So that's what we're going to get into. But before we get into any of that, where are you in Final Fantasy Tic Tacs?
Oh man. So lately we were trying to stream A New Nightmare last weekend for Nude Clan because it's an awful game and I like
Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare.
Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare, right? So it's a horrible.
It is a nightmare. Yes.
It is a nightmare. It's an awful game, I think. But Joe was trying to stream that on the new Elgato HD60S that we bought for the shows, and it just wouldn't work. And then we found a tutorial online that was like, hey, the regular HD60, you can bypass the PS3 security system or security settings or whatever the hell you want to call it by going through an HDMI splitter. So I ordered the HDMI splitter on, I believe it was Tuesday, and I didn't check if it was Prime, but I just kind of assume everything in this world is Amazon Prime.
Of course, as you would.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, I should get it around Thursday or Friday at the latest.
You'll get it somewhere in between September 22nd and January 1st.
Yeah. I'm supposed to get it on Tuesday.
Nice. Okay,
so I haven't
right.
started Tactics. I do want to do a stream of my playthrough of that game because it is a big one in the series, and I like to stream as much as I can, especially now that I have a capture card that won't like degrade the quality, because with Lightning Returns it's already not that great of a looking game, and bringing that down to standard def with all the stuff on the screen, like, I hated it. And so I stopped streaming Lightning Returns, and I just did it all off cam because it just looked like ass on my
right. And I had been telling you for about a year, get an HDMI splitter, and then you can stream them separately, hopefully.
Yeah.
But then there might be some latency between the HDMI going out on the PS3 to the HDMI going to the television.
There is, but I would just watch the TV's version and not worry about any latency.
You would still get latency, though.
I don't know.
Because there'd be two different signals that you're going to have some delay if you go through an HDMI splitter. So that is my one concern. If you're playing a game which often requires timing, if you remember that there's a small, longer delay on the big televisions versus the small televisions with Chocobo Racing.
Yeah.
So you might, in not knowing any of this at all, my assumption would be that there might be some delay there, because it happens when you go through multiple things, especially with video. It's always going to slow down just a little bit.
Yeah, and the HD60S that we bought, when I do a PS4 stream, it has a very slight delay that happens, but that's only if I were to watch and listen to the sound through the computer. So that transition has it's like less than a second. It's like half a second. But when I'm playing 12, I can hear like this, and then it like happens right after that on the external speaker. So I'm like, I have to turn that one off, because if there's a delay for all of it, including me for the capture card. So they will be right on. Everything will look great to them, and to me in my own separate little world of watching it on my television rather than the fucking stream card thing. So it's weird, but it's not as bad as the regular HD60, because I think Lycan was saying he has like a 6-second delay. Like, it's a lot if he watches it through directly through his like streaming stuff itself. It's like really, really
So
delayed.
you're waiting to stream Tic Tacs before you start it.
Yeah, I don't want to not stream it.
I wanted to play Tic Tacs this week. I really did. I did not play it for 1 second. I didn't even pull my PlayStation portable out. The new Nightmare, Schweiss, from Nude Clan. I'd put this game off for 2 weeks. 1 week because I was busy and I was playing Final Fantasy, frankly.
Yeah.
And I didn't have enough time to play Alone in the Dark, a new fuckface. And then the next week, I had a glitchmare with Alone in the Dark, a new fuckface. This week, restarted Alone in the Dark, went through, beat it on the other characters. There's 2 characters you can play Alone in the Dark through. Beat it on the other characters' campaign. And it's a 4-hour game that took me roughly 12 hours this week.
Just this week too, and like that's after getting used to the game itself through the
other campaign,
the other character.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm not happy about that game. It's not going to get a good review. It ruined my life for a week because all I did was I worked my job, which it's not a bad job, just is a lot of hours. So that kind of drives me nuts. When I get home, I'm exhausted. I have to take a shower, eat real quick, and then
get on something you hate.
Then I have to get on something I hate. And then, let's say if I want to do another game, or maybe, heaven forbid, I would like to watch a movie, but haven't had time to do that either, or, do some writing recreationally. I then have to put in that through into my sleep time. And then I'll be tired the next day, and it'll be even worse when I have to get on a new Nightmare. So I'm not happy with my situation and the amount of fucking games I had to play, and the fact that one of those games was not even fun, Schweiss. Wasn't even worth it. So I haven't played Tactics, and I'm not happy about it. I wanted to play Tactics this week. I wanted to get it started. Not happy about it at all. So we can all blame Nude Clan on this. I think.
Yeah, that's a good way to promote the show.
You know what else happened last week? So I was looking for TV jobs for 2.5 months. TV and local production jobs. There's not much out there because it's Utah. This is in LA. This is in Austin. Of course, Austin's probably
not great right
not
now.
great right now. If you're in Texas, hold in there. But it's Utah, so there's only a dozen places you can go. And one of the places I interviewed at finally called me a month and a half after I had interviewed and was like, "Hey, are you interested in working here?" I'm like, only if it's full time. And they were like, and then they, let me go basically. I could have had a TV station job and I had to turn it down because of the job I have. I need the money.
Yeah.
I need to, be able to have transportation here. That's
Yeah.
a real big problem.
Well, I mean, you just need a reliable car regardless, though. I mean, if you want to do anything other than what you're doing
anything,
right now.
anything at all. So the job I have right now, I can use their trucks to get back and forth from work. I don't have to borrow anybody's car, get a ride, take the bus, or anything.
Yeah.
It's too good to pass up until I get a vehicle. And until then, I'm going to be working this job. So until then, there might be some game delays. That's all I'm saying. And especially splitting time between the two shows, it's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
Driving me absolutely nuts. So, I mean, I've bitched enough about all this on the shows, but god damn it, it's frustrating.
Well, now that a new nightmare is behind you, hopefully it'll get a little bit easier.
Hopefully. Or people will be like, oh, let's torture Joe some more on Nude Clan game bullshit.
Well,
Which tends to be the Twitter response. Hey, you guys want to play that game that's notoriously difficult and takes forever because Joe sucks at anything that's action game oriented?
yeah, someone did say...
It's not a strategy game. It's not like a puzzle game. It's like, let's fuck Joe over.
Well, I
Let's
mean,
make him play Mega Man or some bullshit. Like,
in their defense,
if you want a game review to take forever, go ahead.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Demon Souls and Dark Souls and all those, they are on on one that it has you on it. Yeah,
I'm not happy about this. Not happy about this at all.
You gotta tone it down with the rage. Then that's the only way to get around it. You gotta
go.
go.
Like, it was great. It was fine.
Get the bounty.
It was fine.
Catch the bounty. That's what you gotta do.
Dude, Bounty Hunter was supposed to be a 8-hour game, and that was bullshit.
Oh, I agree. It was much longer than 8 hours. It was 650 something when I finished, and I was like, that is such a lie. It was like 20. It was like 20 plus easily.
Yeah, it doesn't count all the many times I've had to restart levels over and over and over and over and over again.
Yeah. But
fucking nuts, man.
Tactics, I mean, we have a lot of people that are supporting us, and there are a lot of people who know the game very well, and so we have some good resources as far as what we need to do to make Tactics a fun and easy ride.
Mm-hmm.
We could just talk to Craig, and Craig knows some pretty good strategies. One of the things is just grind out your Alchemist, I think, and until they get auto potion. Then we'll just use a potion whenever you get hit, and the game's like easy from then on out. So,
good. Okay,
yeah.
that's a good strategy. I do love making games easy.
Yeah, and I'm
a big fan of that.
And it's like not like you're not playing the game. You're still leveling that class up, getting job points. One of the ways I remember being able to do it back in the day is like hitting yourself and then doing the auto potion, just like all 99 potions in one fight, and then you come out and you just have a shitload of job points, and like you could really
you got
really
99 potions, but I don't know what you would say.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's got a different kind of strategy, a different kind of grind to it, which is going to be hopefully refreshing. Now, like we said before, this is the start of season 3 of Ultima Final Fantasy, and of course we are kicking it off with the Ivalice Alliance Part 2 categories of games with Tactics, Tactics Advance, Tactics Advance 2, and then topping it off with Vagrant Story. And then we'll move to Type 0, which we'll probably keep in this season just because it doesn't have a home.
It does. It's home. It's too small of a.
It's a homeless. Final
we might
Fantasy.
change our logo for like 4 episodes.
That would be pretty funny.
Because we were gonna use the Craig as Renoa logo, and it's just our artist Stolas. He gave us one that was specifically tactics oriented.
Yeah.
And so it's like, oh well, we have to use.
Yeah,
that
we can't use this one later unless they make another tactics game down the road.
God damn it! I love the other logo though, but you have to use the tactics one.
Yeah, maybe we'll use that one for when we're playing Type 0, because the thing after that is going to be the Crystal Chronicle games, and then we have the Mana series. So
okay,
and then some FF Fighters. That Mana series, that's such a toss in, like, just because they called the first one Final Fantasy Adventure. We're now Aki Ross has fallen off of the wall behind us. I taped her up and she doesn't
well, we used to have so opening of the Spirits Within DVD that we got for the show, we found the Aki Ross poster. For many eons we had the Aki Ross poster behind me in the streams, and then one day what happened?
My girlfriend's dad was coming over, and she didn't want the Aki Ross poster being up there. She didn't have to explain it. And so I was like, fine, I'll take it down. And then it weakened the stuff that holds it to the putty that holds it to the wall. And I put it up for the stream today.
And obviously it didn't hold.
She doesn't want to. She's shy now that I put her away.
Look at that sad image of just like one piece of poster hanging up.
Yeah. It's too bad.
That looks really trashy on the stream, too.
It probably does, yeah.
Okay. Well, speaking of streaming, you can find our show, Ultima Final Fantasy, at ultimafinalfantasy.com. You can check out our forums, ask us all these questions, give us some news items that you find, show segment ideas, all that other stuff. You can tweet me at Joseph DeGolier, and you can tweet Caleb Schweiss at UFF Podcast. He is, of course, like a pirate, taking the Twitter as his own.
Yeah.
So It's just Caleb Schweiss, but his Twitter handle is UFF Podcast.
Yeah, you'll see a lot of rage towards crappy companies like Costco.
Oh, okay, that's nice.
Yeah,
It's good
so-
that you're keeping a nice, healthy image for
Yeah.
Geekdom Entertainment.
Yeah, I know. I'll never work for them after what I said.
Twitch.tv/Ultima Final Fantasy is where you can see the stream. The episode's live every Saturday, or most Saturdays, unless we have like a guest on or something. Sometimes we don't stream. Or excuse me, Sunday. It used to be Saturdays.
Yeah.
We are doing Sundays until I reach my financial goals and can get a different job. So that'll be a few months. Although I hear at my job you do make a shitload of money in the Christmas season, like twice as much as I'm making now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But that's probably going to be a lot more work, too.
Oh yeah, it'll be a lot more work and 6 days a week, and you won't see me. So my thing is like, am I going to quit before that happens, or am I going to go through it, get a shitload of money, and then quit? It is a real conundrum that I'm going through, Schweiss.
Yeah.
Real bad. Anyway. Also, you can support the show if you want. UltimaFinalFantasy.com. There's an Amazon link. There's a PayPal link. There is a Patreon for Ultima Final Fantasy, and we thank every Patreon donor who gives us there goes Aki Ross again. There
God
she goes
damn
again.
it.
Who help support the show that way. There's supposed to be a link for Patreon on the Ultimate Final Fantasy site, but there's some weird bug going on that every time I put the Patreon logo in the right place, it goes down to the bottom of the page. So if you're looking for the Patreon link on UltimaFinalFantasy.com, it is at the bottom, and it keeps multiplying. I'll get rid of one, and then it'll just add another. So
I saw that the other day. They were like 4 one time, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I just thought my brother.
I blamed it on you like a month and a half ago. I was like, fucking Schweiss went in here and fucked with something. And then I tried to fix it, and I just couldn't fix it. There's some weird bug going on with the site. I have no idea what's going on. But it's patreon.com/Ultima Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. That's good. I don't think we have a unique one for Nude Clan, so I'm never sure if I can just say patreon.com/Nude Clan. I don't think I can. But anyway, also, other shows. We, of course, review video games and bitch at each other with each other a lot on nudeclan.net. If you like the obnoxious parts of this show, you'll love Nude Clan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Godzilla Podcast. There's a small hiatus that'll be about a month and a half for Godzilla Podcast. But, of course, Godzilla Podcast is a show where me and Drew do commentaries over all the Godzilla movies and some of their TV shows as well. And Super Sexy Swingin' Fan Fiction is dead.
Yes.
It's we got to give a funeral for it someday. But... yeah, Schweiss, let's get into the multitude, just the crowd of news that we have here. News. All right, so Dissidia Final Fantasy's beta. Schweiss, you actually got into that thing, didn't you?
Yeah, they gave me a code. I haven't renewed it yet. I'll probably try to do that maybe this week and stream a little bit of it.
Dissidia NT runs through 3 days from now. Oh, wait. Runs through tomorrow.
Oh, shit.
So I don't think you will get into that too much. I doubt it anyway. There are 14 playable characters. Warrior of Light, Furion, Onion Knight, Cecil Harvey, or Cecil, if you're correct. Butts is playable. Terra, Cloud, Squall, Zidane, Titus, Shantoto is a really weird choice from FF11, but okay, Shantoto, Vaughn, Lightning, and Y'shtola.
Yeah, Shantoto's pretty cool, though. But I would have done Iroha, personally.
Yeah, like a hero character,
Yeah.
not a villain.
She's kind of... She's only a little bit villainous.
Anti-hero.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyway, I don't... this... I'm glad I don't work at Domino's anymore, and I'm glad I'm not Australian as well.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Australian pizza eaters can enjoy a Final Fantasy XIV themed pizza. Starting August 22nd, Australians can order what is called the Final Fantasy XIV Pizza and Gaming Bundle, the $50 package, and tip your drivers. Oh, wait, they probably don't tip in Australia.
We've evolved.
God, I wish we didn't tip.
I know.
But then again, you get better workers because you do tip. So, you know.
I
That's
guess.
the theory
You also
anyway.
get better workers if you just pay them yourself.
The $50 package comes with 3 regular pizzas. At least it knows its audience. Like, okay, so one guy playing video games online alone, better give him 3 regular pizzas, garlic bread, and a drink. Included in the package is a code you can redeem for a chance to win a free copy of Final Fantasy XIV Online Complete for PS4 or PC. The bundle comes with the base game and the Heavensward and Stormblood expansion.
Okay, so it's $50 for 3 pizzas and a drink.
Okay, so if you want to make, and I could do this because I used to work at Domino's, so I know like the shit, right? Okay, chicken, pineapple. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that is, so maybe not. Mushrooms, onions, and spring onion. So, what is that?
That's the Chocobo.
Capsicum.
Yeah, I think so. That's
Okay.
the Chocobo Chow pizza.
Okay, the others, there's a Moogle Meat Lovers, which is curious. What is this? It's a barbecue meat lover pizza, which everybody has done.
Yeah.
Curious Cactar. Okay, I don't want to. I don't want to get into the weird Vegorama. Okay,
That sounds like Vegemite, which is fucking awful.
you know, for some odd reason, I thought Domino's would be like McDonald's, where it's all the same.
Yeah,
You know?
across the countries.
Yeah, this is not. I don't know what the
yeah,
fuck a Vegorama is. We had the Pacific veggie pizza is what we called it. So I guess, yeah, Vegorama. That's interesting. Stormblood Supreme is a Supreme pizza, and Heavensward Hawaiian is a Hawaiian pizza, of course. Yeah, we should order some.
You know,
Have it fly them over.
that is a lot less lame than what I thought it was. I thought it was you buying the game with some pizza at first when I first saw it, and I was like, why would they do that? Like, what kind of audience are they thinking to snag? But having it as a giveaway is kind of a cool idea.
Wow.
But $50, I don't know. That sounds like a lot for pizza, but maybe I'm just cheap.
It's Australian dollars. You know, maybe it's different.
Yeah, maybe.
No idea. Itadaki Street Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy 30th Anniversary. There's some new trailers for this spin-off game thing that I have no interest in whatsoever, but
Yeah, they added some characters though. Looks like-
Maribel, Golbez, Gilgamesh. I think Maribel's from Dragon Quest, right?
I think so.
That crazy?
She
Okay.
looks Dragon Questy.
All right. So they're adding that to that game. Final Fantasy XIV is celebrating with its 4-year anniversary. Is this 4 years of A Realm Reborn?
Yes.
FF14 came out in 2010.
Yeah, it's still Realm Reborn.
Okay, A Realm Reborn's 4-year anniversary with a seasonal event. It's in Ul'dah, Steps of Nald. There is a wind-up Lys, a wind-up Gosetsu,
Oh, that's cool.
Stormblood Orchestrion Roll. Don't know what the hell that is. Answers Reprise Orchestrion Roll. Don't know what that is either. What is that?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna Google Orchestrion Roll because I don't know what the hell that. I don't know what it is, dude. You should press enter. Thanks. Okay. It's just an item in 14. Okay.
Yeah,
I thought that might be like a thing, you know, like a
Yeah, like an actual
Yeah.
real world item.
rising balloon, home furnishing, and a magic prism flowers. So you can celebrate the 4th year of the cover up for Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah, there you go.
This is really interesting. There's an art book of Final Fantasy 15 that's going to be released later this year. 220-page book with pencil sketches and complex renders, digital paintings of the world of FF15, as well as never before seen pieces of artwork. There will be a standard and limited edition The standard's going to be $50, and the limited edition is going to be $169.
Jeez.
The limited edition will come with a handful of extras, including a yellow-backed hardcover and 2 hand-numbered Gilsey? I can't read.
Geekly, I don't know.
Geekly art prints?
Geekly. We're not artists.
Yeah, we're not. This is Ultima Final Fantasy, the ultimate in having no idea what the fuck certain words are podcast. The first 500 of these prints will be signed by members of the FF15 art team.
That's actually really cool. I don't know if I want to spend $170 on it, but yeah, that is a cool idea.
Not 170. I understand the 50 because they're only going to print a certain number of them. They're really
It's a collector's.
It's an art book, so they got to use like a shitload of ink and special paper in order for it to really show up well. That is something about art books, and
they're nice. They're usually pretty
they're
nice.
usually pretty nice. Speaking of Final Fantasy 15, and there's going to be a lot of FF15 news here. 1.5 up or 1.15 update is now available for 15. This includes various bug fixes, which is really the most important thing.
Yeah.
There's an implementation of chapter select after completion of the main game, so you can go back and play parts of the games that you really like, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Certainly, there were moments where I was like, I kind of want to do the train sequence again. That's pretty sweet. Addition of a bestiary. Which you'd think they would just have straight up in the regular version, right?
Yeah, that would have been cool.
There's a Master Assassin's robe for players with a dream egg. Unlocks upon loading a save.
Yeah, we'll get into
Opening
that.
of the Assassin's Festival. What is all this assassin stuff? Announcement of winning snapshots in third photo contest. Okay. And more various bug fixes. Okay. That was from version 1.14, I guess. So it's both of those patches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, FF15 adding the Assassin's Festival. Okay. Let's see the trailer for this Assassin's Festival, and we'll see what happens. I have not actually watched this, but I have seen the screenshot that is concerning.
Yeah.
Rated T for teen, FYI.
Alright, so we got like an FF15 style Assassin's Creed song.
Okay, so the guys are coming into the Assassin's Festival. We're walking through the street.
My friend's in harm's way right now. I want to do whatever I can to help.
Our only option is to infiltrate the power plant and interrupt the Empire's
I'm
interference.
just seeing footage of Assassin's Creed right
Who
now.
needs the power of kings
Pretty much.
when you have the power of assassins? You think I'd let you leave that hunk of junk in my
Pulling
plant?
them
You
into the,
better think again. You can't come in here and manhandle our
haystacks.
power supply. It takes a woman's touch.
Oh, her? Come
Your
on.
position does not afford you.
He's the one you have to do the
We
work
provide
for.
you with peace,
Yeah,
and
she's
yet still you rebel. It is high time you learn to show some gratitude.
This is too much. Twice.
I thought you might show up. Get him!
Oh my god.
I can't take this much longer!
I can't either. I can't take this much longer. Okay. Alright, I'm stopping this piece of shit. So, this is Assassin's Creed FF15 event.
Yeah. It's a little.
Noctis is literally in the Assassin's Creed outfit, doing much of the gameplay that is in Assassin's Creed. A lot of the jumping around and pulling yourself up and pulling people into carts and shit like that. And it's giving you gameplay of that as well as gameplay of FF15. So, why?
I don't know. It's just Assassin's Creed is a big name. Ubisoft is kind of trying to get a comeback going with Assassin's Creed because we had the last game that came out. A a lot of people really hated it. It was like unplayable on release, and now they've got this new Assassin's Creed game where they're like promising all these big things. And like, look, the game is gorgeous. It's gonna play amazingly on that new Xbox One X. It's gonna look fantastic, like PC style graphics, and the gameplay is supposed to be great. Really, it just looks like Assassin's Creed mixed with Primal, to be completely honest. But which is awesome. But I think it's just a collab they want to do with an IP that's getting a lot of traction lately. I mean, Assassin's Creed used to be a big fucking deal until they screwed.
Until
the
they
pooch.
butchered it.
Yeah, but now they're coming back after a hiatus, and they want to make it a big thing.
Notice something with the Assassin's Creed games and with the Call of Duty games. They get really huge. Then they decide to have a bunch of studios pumping out a game per year. And then, like, sometimes you get really good ones, and then sometimes you get really shit ones. What the hell is that? Why do people do that? They're just milking it as much as they can. It's like Disney's going to do with Star Wars, like, once a year? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
You know how bad this series is going to get 5 movies in? It's going to get bad. Get ready for it.
Probably. I mean, I've argued that
See, Marvel's boring now, right?
Yeah, Marvel's been boring, though, is the problem.
Yeah, it's been boring since Avengers, basically. It's just been... And I don't go see the Marvel movies anymore because I'm sick of them.
Yeah, I haven't even seen the first Guardians movie. Like, I just don't want to.
That one's really good, actually.
I know, everyone says that.
That one's the one-off, though. It's a completely different type of movie.
Oh, okay, that's good.
It's not like a regular superhero movie. But, they're spending... Did the Assassin's Creed guys give the FF15 guys money? Is that what's happened here? Like a lot of money to be like, could you just make Assassin's Creed in your world and maybe we'll get some RPG players to play some Assassin's Creed? It's bizarre to me. Like it shouldn't be.
It doesn't make sense to have the crossover.
I don't see a reason for the crossover.
I almost would say the same for the Dominoes, but now I know a little more about it and.
Oh, yeah, because video game players don't eat pizza.
No, I mean, they do. What I thought it was like you were able to buy the game with pizza, and I thought that was really fucking dumb. But now it's like a contest to maybe win the game. So it's like
while it installs.
Yeah, exactly. Eat all 5 of these pizzas that you bought waiting for the install.
I'm not too happy with the Final Fantasy 15 Assassin's Creed thing. I think that feels more sell-outy than Coleman.
Oh, okay. I was like, don't say Cup Noodle. Don't you dare say it. It's more
Cup Noodle is Cup Noodle. At least funny.
It is funny.
Cup Noodle was one of my favorite quests in 15 because it was funny.
It was pretty funny.
And there's a nice new Cup Noodle hat that is insane.
Yeah, and when I saw that Arminger with the Cup Noodle flavors on the forks flying around, I was like, that's it. It's over now.
Another FF15 news, which it's odd. It's as if they wanted to bury one of these stories. Like they put them out roughly like the same fucking day. I had Twitters. I had Twitters about it. I had tweets sent to me saying like, "Ooh, look at these FF15 things. Here's Assassin's Creed, and then here is the adorable in quotes mobile game." The Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition.
All right, we got a trailer for this.
We do have a trailer. Okay, we'll watch it.
I haven't seen a single second of this. Oh, wait, no, that's a lie. I saw the opening. Okay. Got the 15 opening, looks kind of shitty. Starts out the same.
Exactly the
Glad
same.
he needs to work out his legs. Look at those chicken legs. Look at that.
We can forget about hitching our way there. Thought people were friendly outside the city.
Yeah, you
Got
can only
the
go
Amish
so
beard.
far on the
Really
kindness of
crushing
strangers.
Oh my god. It's like Dwight's little brother from
itself.
The Office.
Sheesh!
Just really muscular.
I thought the car was supposed to move us.
Wouldn't that be nice? Can it? Ready, steady.
Okay.
Hey
Ew.
there, y'all kept
Ew.
me waiting. Cindy.
It's not as gross as
Sis, grease monkey
I
grin.
don't like
as
that.
Penelo's like disgusting outfit in Revenant Wings. She's wearing that at the end of 12 too.
Okay,
I just
you're
realized
right.
that.
You're right. It's not that disgusting. Okay, so what this is, in case you're blind to the world of Final Fantasy unless you hear our show, which is possible. Admittedly, some people are probably not looking up Final Fantasy news unless they hear it here.
Yeah.
This is a... If you've seen the FF3 and FF4 remakes on the DS, this is that style of FF15. Now, I started watching what is also out. A video is out for the first 20 minutes of the game.
Okay.
And it is literally, at least the cutscenes, are exactly the same as 15, but with this stripped down anime extreme chibi-esque art style that they have, like a DS remake of one of the classic games.
Okay.
And it's meant for mobile phones.
Right. Stolas and myself, we kind of believe that this is going to be the Switch version of the game as well. Because they talked about being interested in putting it on Switch, and then suddenly there's a weird anime-esque mobile version of the game. I bet you, I do think that's what they're going to do with this.
Okay, I'm going to continue this trailer just in case we get some gameplay footage.
If you're up to the challenge, how about it?
Up to the challenge. Okay.
Looks like we got the dragging along. I can't imagine the combat being very good. Like, I can't.
It's the same exact game, but with the art style being quite different. So it's not a sequel. It's a port.
Yeah, it is a port.
So how do you feel about this?
I don't know, man. I think that...
I guess some people playing on the phone version will be able to, like, if they don't have a PS4, they'll be able to play this.
Yeah.
Assuming they have a high-end cell phone.
Yeah.
Which everybody, except for me, seems to have. They really care about their cell phones.
Yeah.
And I'm like, get me the cheapest one you got, T-Mobile.
Yeah.
I'm going to pay it with cash. I'm not going to do your fucking monthly bullshit.
Yeah, they are going to be releasing the game in chapters, is what I read. And they also...
10 chapters, yes.
Yeah, so like that's going to be kind of weird. I don't know. I guess it's fine. It's just I can't. The most fun thing about 15 is the combat, and I know the combat's not going to be that great in this. What I think would have been really bitchin' is if they did a Final Fantasy IV Complete Edition remake of Final Fantasy 15 with 16-bit everything. That would have been fucking sweet.
Yeah, the
As a mobile
16-bit
game.
stuff I'm really into. I'm not into the... Just personally, I guess, I'm not really into that FF4 remake art style.
No, I liked the 6 one. I think they did a much better job with FF6's DS and Steam port. It's kind of similar, but it looks a little more normal, a little more realistic. No peg leg, fucking pirates.
Peg leg's only in the third one.
All right,
I think.
I guess I think you're right. Actually, I think 4 does look a little bit better, but I agree. I don't really dig that style, and I think there's a lot more charm with the chibi. Or not the chibi,
the old style graphics,
yeah, the old sprites.
SNES sort of style graphics.
Especially SNES, yeah.
Because we saw the video that Square put out that was like the FF13 universe stuff, and it was all in 16-bit. We're like, fuck yeah, dude! I would play that game.
Yeah, that looks awesome.
It looks sweet.
And then like turn-based combat, like that would be way cool. But I can't imagine the combat being very fun in that game as a mobile game. Like, it just seems like you're just going to be tapping the screen a lot, and I don't know. I don't know how they can implement anything that is even like a moderate caricature of the 15 combat that we already have.
My joke earlier to you before we started the show was that, of course, this version of the game it's going to take... now I say it's only going to take like 8 months to make this version of the game. It took 10 years to get the original one, and then they're just going to port it in like no time.
Yeah.
There's an irony in there. That's just hilarious.
And I joked in return that they're going to put the World of Darkness content in this version, and they're going to be like, if you want it, you got to buy it again.
Gotta buy the mobile version.
Yeah, it's the only place you can get it.
Oh my god. Monsters of the fucking Deep. We got a release date. It's official. It's happening November 21st. We're going to be playing the VR fishing minigame.
Yep.
And we're going to hope that one of our listeners will let us borrow a VR set.
Yeah, we did get an offer, so that'll be exciting. It does look really good. Looks like we can fully customize our characters. Have little competitions, maybe some verses. There's a samurai-looking guy.
There's a samurai fisherman.
Yeah.
What the hell is that? I don't like this. I don't like this at all.
So that should be, interesting. We'll get our
Yeah,
first.
because my favorite part of FF15 was the fishing.
How couldn't it be?
Actually, a lot of people's favorite part of FF15 was the fishing.
Yeah. I thought it was fun.
You thought the fishing was fun. I
Yeah.
think the fishing's okay.
It would have been better if I wouldn't have just ground it out until I got the trophy in the first few areas. Like if I would have explored more and been like, oh, hey, I can do fishing here, and just stop the game for a little bit to do it. Instead of just doing it for like 5 hours
I
straight.
think you can legitimately double your gameplay time if you wanted to get every type of fish.
You probably could, yeah. 200
Double
hours.
the gameplay time.
Yeah.
God. Okay. So I'm gonna save some news. I gotta do some. Okay, this. Okay, well, let's do this one. This one first. So, if you have ever put Final Fantasy into your search bar in YouTube, and if you don't have ad block on your phone, which I do not, you will get a Final Fantasy 15 New Empire trailer.
Yes.
Let's all you're gonna hear on your side is some music, but I've only ever watched the first 5 seconds of this because, of course, that's as much as the ad that anybody can stand when you watch YouTube videos. And so I always saw an ass on the screen moving forward. There's a woman with a tight dress on, and all I saw was her walking forward.
Yeah.
And then I would skip the video. What I didn't know about this is odd. So she's moving forward.
Nice ass.
There's this. She does have a nice. Don't slut shame though. Nice ass.
The enemy units are approaching.
There's some. This is live action.
Deploy your defenses.
This is the worst actress of all time.
Yeah. I was laughing when I first watched this. I was like, that was awful.
Deploy your defenses.
So there are a bunch of dudes grabbing mobile phones from stands and attaching them all over their bodies.
What the fuck is this?
It's freakish. It actually looks like kind of a cool game, though.
Looks like the World of Warcraft movie.
Now
a
this
little bit.
is fun.
It looks like a ton of other games. Where you just like have
Enjoying the adventure. Final Fantasy 15, A New Empire. Download and play now.
Okay. Apparently there's this person who I didn't know existed, but they're assuming that the FF fan base knows exists. Of course, I didn't know that famous pop star who also...
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. I had heard her name, never heard her music. Still, when I looked up her biggest hits on YouTube, didn't know the music
Nothing,
at all.
yeah.
Nothing. Didn't know it at all. Sorry, guys. Don't know who Ariana Grande is. Still don't know. Definitely don't know who Alexis Wren is.
Now, when I heard Alexis Wren, I was like, porn star. Instantly, I was like, she's a porn star. She has to be. With a name like Alexis Wren, that's a fake name. No one's name is Alexis Wren at birth. And we Googled, Joe Googled and Wikipedia'd her thing, and apparently she's an American model and internet celebrity.
Internet celebrity. She's Maxim's cover girl for August 2017.
Yep.
So she is a model. She does have a good body. She once again model, not actress,
Model
as
and
we saw in the
internet
trailer.
celebrity. Yeah, very awful.
Internet celebrity. And here's why she's an internet celebrity, Twice. She's hot. That's one. And number two is she has over 10 million followers on Instagram because
She's a porn star.
she's not a porn star. Okay, she's a model and she has a lot of Instagram followers. We're supposed to know this somehow. Like
Well-
an Instagram celebrity, let's put him in a mobile phone video game. Do you know any Instagram celebrities? I'm just gonna ask you that straight
No,
up.
I don't. I've only been on Instagram like once.
Can you get paid by being an Instagram celebrity?
No, but I did hear some Joe Rogan stuff where he was talking about Instagram being like a place to truly interact with your audience base. So it's
And
a
I
lot
heard you
more-
can like it'll auto tweet too. I kind of still dig Twitter.
I dig Twitter too, but having a lot of followers isn't the same as having people actually like reach out to you and stuff.
So this is one
I
of
see its
those.
value,
She's a model, so that's her actual profession. But she's
Mm-hmm.
famous.
From the internet.
I'm assuming she's famous from the 10 million followers on Instagram because she didn't just get 10 million followers by being the August 2017 last month's Maxim cover girl. So
Yeah.
that can't be. She's not pulling a Kate Upton here, where like everybody knows who Kate Upton is after she's on Sports Illustrated. They fucking filmed that trailer a month ago. There's no way. So it's because she has 10 million followers on Instagram.
Yeah. Well, and I know why.
Okay, all right. We're in a new
I
age
don't
of
actually know
celebrity.
why. She is Russian and German, apparently. So
But just remember, Kim Kardashian, the reason Kim Kardashian is famous is because she fucked somebody famous and filmed it.
and her dad.
Just remember that! She's not famous for any other reason.
Well, her dad was a lawyer in a very
No, her
Right.
dad is. It's not the same, Schweiss. The reason Kim Kardashian is famous. Let us not forget, kids, because I remember this fucking video coming up, and I have watched it, by the way.
What?
Kim Kardashian is famous because of a fuck tape. There is a fuck tape out there with Kim Kardashian on it, fucking someone famous. I can't even remember the person that she was fucking. But that is the reason why Kim Kardashian is famous.
That's crazy.
Let us
Yeah.
not forget. It's not because she was on a television show, because the only reason she was on that television show, Schweiss, was because she fucked somebody and put it on the internet.
So you telling me I could be famous right now?
No, you unfortunately do not have the body of
No.
Kim Kardashian from 10 years ago.
Well, that's fair.
So,
I do not.
but I'm not saying for Alexis Wren, she is legitimately a model. Like that's her thing.
Yeah.
But the reason she's 10 million followers on Instagram. That's if you wanted to put out your game, Schweiss, you wanted to get some extra people to play it, would you get an Instagram celebrity?
No, I'd get someone on YouTube.
Yeah.
Someone in a community
yeah.
that is
I could see
gaming
that.
centered.
They'd get that like that one Asian girl, like the nerdy Asian girl with all the videos. What's just her name?
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Kana. Something Akana. I can't remember.
But yeah, I would get someone like that.
Yeah.
Some large community member who's actually in our community but is popular. Or like
Community adjacent,
yeah, or like that
not
one
a model.
that one guy.
Oh.
Markiplier or somebody huge. If I was Final Fantasy and I had just millions to just chuck at some like internet celebrity, air quotes, chick, I would get someone in the community that actually plays video games and does reviews and is massive online. I'd be like, hey, $1 million here, dude, go nuts.
Yeah.
Promote our game.
Personally, I would take like a podcaster,
Yeah, someone on Ultima.
a real name out there. No, I'm kidding. But it's just an odd choice to me. Luckily, no one's playing that game, so we don't have to actually give too much thought to it. No one gives a shit about
Yeah,
that.
I haven't heard
I
anybody.
downloaded that piece of shit and it just did not want to do anything.
This one, really?
It was so laggy
Oh, wow.
and terrible. And so I don't suggest playing the shitty ass game that they keep fucking pumping into my YouTube ads. They just keep doing it.
I have seen it a lot. I have.
She's also a terrible actress.
Yeah, she's pretty awful.
And she's just a terrible actress. Guys, get someone else. She's fine. She's a model, whatever. Let her do her thing. Let her model as one of the characters, but it's just odd having her be like a spokesman
Yeah.
for 15. It's an odd choice.
Yeah, it is. I don't know who
Odd
she
choice.
is at all.
Okay.
So
All right. Okay, I gotta save that one. Okay, so there's some rumors going around. Apparently, after that vote was done for What Do You Want in 15, at this event called Episode Cologne, I think that's what it is. I think that's how you say it. A King's Night. They asked, they talked about the survey that was done a while ago.
Yeah, I remember the survey. I hated
For
it.
15. So I'll just read the little transcript here. First thing I asked was, and this is on a forum in NeoGAF. First thing I asked was a while ago, a survey asked about which kind of content we as fans would like to see in the future. So who won the race? And the answer was it was Arden's backstory that the majority voted for.
Okay, that's a good one.
Okay, not World of Darkness. But I don't know if that was one of the choices. Anyway.
It was.
So we clearly got the message that he's the person fans want to know more about. We're not sure as of yet how we'll do it though. It's a lot of story. And telling a character's story is always the most difficult and detailed part of the game.
Yeah, we can tell. That's why it wasn't there.
So we don't know yet whether we'll make it another game. No DLC though. It would be a full game. Or a movie, comic, etc. We really want to tell his story though. Second in the survey was Luna's story, by the way.
Oh, come on.
Why is that so high up? I
don't know.
got the Luna thing. That was pretty. I don't know. Yeah, Arden, some more clarity in there would be cool. I would like to explore that. I thought we got enough in the game, frankly, like to be interesting. So maybe I disagree with you on that, but
yeah, I just disagree with the movie part. I don't want them to
you
make
don't want another movie.
No.
They can't make a movie to save
Comic-
goddamn life.
Comic would be fine. I don't know how they would make a full game, but no film.
Comic. I'd go with comic. Yeah, some people are freaking out that there might be another Final Fantasy 15 movie. That is not what that's saying at all.
No, not at all.
It's saying that they're exploring the idea.
They have
of
no
it.
idea how they're going to tell the thing that they asked you if you wanted to know. That's what it is.
They didn't expect that one to be up on the list.
I wonder
it's
what
like
they did expect.
It's like they did a survey for Ultima Final Fantasy for the Geekdom Entertainment Network, and they put in some fillers in there, like the Caleb Schweiss show, and didn't realize that the Caleb Schweiss show would be the world's best idea.
Yeah. And then they were like, well, shit, that was just a joke. Arden's backstory, we don't know what it is. It was a joke poll.
And that they're going to be at the same event. They talked about how they're going to explore 15. There's not going to be a sequel to 15, is what they said. Obviously, there might be a prequel. But they're going to explore 15 in smaller, more cash-grabby ways.
Yeah, pulled directly from their quote. We're going to grab all of your money.
We want it
And-
all.
Yeah.
Secret of Mana 3D remake announced for PS4.
Yeah, this is going to be awesome. This is going to make our lives easier.
It will make our lives easier. I do believe that we are still missing the third Mana game, and we'll probably have to skip a game in the play up though.
Yeah, I think one of them is only Japanese.
One of them is still only in Japan, so they're going to remake not that one.
Yeah,
They're
but
gonna
this one
remake
is
one of the ones we have.
This one is still hard to get a hold of, though.
Isn't this one of the ones you have? Am
No,
crazy?
I have Legend of Mana and I have
is
Dawn
this-
of Mana.
Is this a Super NES
yeah.
one? Maybe.
This is a Super NES.
Ooh.
So it's not one that we wanted to buy for Super NES necessarily. It's like $40.
Okay, that will be helpful.
Now, this one's like $40 too, but we also would have to get a Super NES.
February 15th.
Yeah, it'll be out definitely in time for the Mana
Definitely in
section.
time for what we're gonna do. And here's my last two pieces of news. Final Fantasy 14. They changed it from Daddy of Light to Dad of Light, but I think Daddy is funner, so we're gonna call it Daddy of Light.
Yeah,
Daddy of Light. Ooh, Final Fantasy 14 has been released on Netflix, ladies and gentlemen. So have fun. Go ahead and search Dad of Light, even though it's really Daddy of Light.
yeah.
And you'll be able to find it. Remember, Netflix, if it's a Netflix original show from anywhere in the world, it's always available. And you can watch it. Usually you can watch it in subtitles from all around the world as well. So that's always interesting. But
Yeah.
we're going to have to do commentaries on that whenever we actually get done with Final Fantasy Unlimited. We got to finish that series up, and then we'll move on to Daddy of Light.
Yeah. I don't think there are any other TV shows, unless we do commentaries over the 15 stuff. But we would technically have to do the 14 stuff first, if we're going to go in order of
There's
game
14.
release.
videos?
No, these are the 14 videos.
Oh.
And then we could do 15 stuff, so we
But
could do
remember,
commentaries.
we did just go ahead and like do Advent Children, and we did Spirits Within. Like
We reviewed them.
we reviewed them way out of order.
We did, I guess, yeah. I'm just wondering, because I want to do commentaries for all of the things we've reviewed. Personally, I think it'd be cool to have Kingslave commentary. It'd be cool to have Advent Children commentary.
Drunk or sober?
Probably drunk, but I honestly don't remember most of... No, I remember Advent Children. That's not fair to say. I do remember it. I would rather not watch it sober. Although I haven't watched the original version of the movie, not drunk, in years. So,
Wow.
I don't know.
Okay.
One day,
And the most important piece of news, the greatest news, the best news, fantastic news for some.
yeah. For many, I would probably say.
Final Fantasy VIII's Eyes on Me is going to be sold on vinyl.
Yeah.
There's no release date, no price tag, but it will be sold. Oh, no, there is a release date. Just kidding. November 3rd. We're going to have this piece of shit look like a spinning piece of shit,
Yeah.
and it's going to sound like shit no matter how much you think vinyl improves the sound quality, which it does, in a way.
Yeah, no idea how much it's going to cost or release date for international.
But unfortunately, you can't polish a turd, Schweiss. You can't polish a turd.
yeah, dude.
This is the worst song I think I've ever heard. Have I said that there's a worse song than
The
this?
Cake in the Rain song. you
Cake
said
in
is
the Rain
worse.
song. Okay, that one is.
Because if you take the vocals
No,
out of that song,
Cake in the Rain, the singing is better.
yeah, that's fair.
I'm, of course, talking of something Park. I can't remember the fucking name of that piece of shit. Ooh!
Yeah,
Type in Cake in the Rain. Someone left the cake out in the rain. And, oh, it's MacArthur Park is the name of the goddamn song. Yeah, look, I put Cake in the Rain, and the first thing that pops up is MacArthur Park. This is, I don't know. Have you heard this song all the way
Yeah, I
through?
have.
Yeah. It's a terrible song.
But the question, if they made a instrumental,
Between the parted pages,
Right.
I would rest you on some fevered arm.
Sorry, what?
if they made an instrumental track of both songs, which one would be worse? Because I don't mind the instrumental version of Eyes on Me in the game. I think it's fine.
No, yeah, I don't mind it either. If it's a little piano plinking when you're walking around the hotel or
Yeah.
whatever in FF8. But
Yeah, that's fine.
okay, all right, I'll give you that. MacArthur Park is a terrible song. A terrible song. There are people who defend MacArthur Park like crazy. Like the fucking likes on YouTube, I do not understand whatsoever. My grandma loves this song. A lot of people love this song. I happen to think it's besides the look, the vocal track though. The vocal track's the most important thing, Schweiss. It frankly is. In any song, if the vocals are terrible, this is why I can't stand you too, then the song is ruined. And Richard Harris, not a good singer either, but is able. He speaks the English language, so it like when he says English words, you can understand it, you know. And that's a problem with the original version of Eyes on Me. And also, they're both just terrible. Can they just both go into the seventh circle of hell?
Yeah, they probably should.
And everybody who likes those songs as well, they'll all gather in one place.
That is a lot of our listener base, to be honest. A lot of people like Eyes on Me, and we've gotten shit for shitting on it. I think they've given up, though, because the last few times we've shit on the song, no one said anything.
That's unusual, yeah. I remember at the beginning, though, how could you guys not like this terrible song?
Yeah, and I was like, you really? Like,
Yeah.
is this a thing?
It's awful, dude. MacArthur Park is also awful. And someone, after we said that on Nude Clan, someone also was like, MacArthur Park is sweet.
What? Are you serious? I don't remember that.
Yeah, maybe if you're tripping on LSD, which I believe is how the song was written, then maybe there's some like
Maybe he just
secret
maybe he
formula.
just had a cake that he was really excited about eating, and it
Someone
rained
left
on
the
it.
cake out in the rain. And I can make it because it took so long to bake it. I'll never have that recipe again. Oh no. What? Oh no is your reaction to the lyrics of that song.
That's the reaction of the studio.
Oh no.
Someone let this song onto the album.
Oh, Stupid Ho's really bad too. Stupid Ho from Nicki Minaj.
Yeah, well, I think just about anything from her is
Yeah.
just an absolute atrocity.
But
to
it's
my
like
ears.
watching a train wreck. You have to watch the video all the way through for Stupid Ho.
Did I make you watch that baby music video from
That baby music
the
video.
chick who did Wrecking Ball, Miley Cyrus? She's like
Oh,
dressed up as a
you
baby.
did, and
It's-
I wanted to vomit.
Yeah,
It
it's
was
disgusting. Yeah, I had a day where Dwayne, my old roommate, was just having me watch music videos from her, and I was like, "These are disgusting." I was like, "You know what? She's the same age."
She's trying to do like a shock routine thing.
I know, but she
Remember,
sounds like
this is from the Party in the USA Girl, which is also a terrible song that everybody loves.
The thing that blew me away is I was like, the age she is right now making this was how old James
She also looks
Hetfield
like
was
a-
when he made Master of Puppets. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? It was a masterpiece, and you're
You
in
mean
like
Dave
a,
Mustaine made Master Puppets?
yeah. Yeah. I'm like, the greatest metal album of all time, made by a guy the same age as you, and you're dressed up as a baby shaking this giant diaper thing, dude. No. And your dad was huge.
Your dad beat out Megadeth,
Yes,
actually.
their
My
biggest
achy
CD.
breaky heart beat out Megadeth's biggest hit.
Exactly, yeah. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
She could have done anything.
And My Achy Breaky Heart is better than... I guess Wrecking Ball is actually not a bad song, but I don't really like Miley Cyrus very much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But you can get her stuff on vinyl too, I believe.
Oh, yeah, probably.
So
You can get a lot of crappy shit on vinyl, though,
yeah,
to be fair.
you can get a lot of good stuff on vinyl too. They had vinyls for like the newest Slayer album, I believe.
Huh.
It was kind of cool. I
A
was
lot
like,
of people
oh.
hate that album.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's fine.
You think it's fine?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. I saw the artwork and was scared away. So frankly, I was like, this is the most evil thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I know that's like the point.
Yeah.
Every time Slayer does a new album, they're like, let's make this the most evil thing.
It is, and they get covered half the time.
Yeah.
Little slips because it's too much.
Like if I were a middle-aged or maybe like a 6-year-old woman coming into FYE to buy something for her son and saw the Slayer rack, I would turn and leave. Because the artwork for Repentless it's just evil. It's just evil.
yeah.
But less evil than Faye Wong's Eyes on Me going out into vinyl. Ruining vinyl stores everywhere.
That
Faye
is
Wong's Eyes on Me.
that is fair. I will not argue that.
Damn it, dude. I hate that fucking song. I hate it. And I covered it. Dave covered it. Dave covered that bastard. Even he can't improve the song.
Yeah, I kind of want to get a vinyl version of Dave's.
Dave's Eyes on Me.
Yeah, see what it would take. Maybe pitch the idea to him. He's coming soon. Oh shit! I forgot about that Megadeth competition thing.
Scorpions and Megadeth.
Yeah, we'll.
The sweetest duo ever. Unfortunately, I doubt unless I can get that day off, I doubt I can go.
Well, I'm gonna go. So
You fucking bastard. I
can't-
You fucking bastard. I want to go to that thing so bad.
I can't miss it. It doesn't.
I told my mom, I was like, hey, Scorpion's coming to town. And then I was like, with Megadeth. And she's like, oh, well, I wanted to go, and now I don't. That's what my mom said right
They'll
there.
headline though. They'll headline.
Like, come on. Yeah, my mom goes to rock concerts. It's
Yeah.
fun. She went and saw Foreigner again without me. That was nice. I'm not happy about that. Foreigner makes good songs, and Richard Harris and Faye Wong / Nobuo Uematsu do not. So, speaking of good music, good music is often in Final Dungeons twice,
Yes, it is.
and
we
Final
got it.
Dungeons are part of our questions. Okay, so that was a really rough transition, but Shinru asks, do you prefer FF games to have an epic long final area and a dungeon with bosses, or not? FF3, FF5, and FF8 are probably good examples of epic final areas and dungeons with bosses. I like to feel like my entire progression through the game is being put to the test in the final area. So short and linear final dungeons like the one in FF10 are a big disappointment for me. I know that some people prefer those for the final area, though, and just want to get to the boss and beat the game. What do you prefer?
Honestly, I think the only time the game should be really hard and really long is the final area. Okay. That's like the most acceptable time for the game to brutalize me. Not Moon and 4. That's not acceptable. But final area in 4, yeah. I think it's fine to be a pretty long, pretty epic final zone with a lot of bosses, with a large, sprawling dungeon. I think that's fine, but I also really love the ending to Final Fantasy X. I think that's a great area. I think it's very difficult fighting on Xanarkand on Sin's back. Like, that's crazy. It's way cool. If you take the dungeon as a whole, like from Jecht on, I think it was very satisfying, and I think it was satisfying from a storytelling standpoint as well, because I was a lot more invested in Final Fantasy X than a lot of the other games.
I would say it's satisfying until you have to do that crystal
the crystal
shards
collection going up your ass.
God damn it.
Oh, the ice with the ice going up your ass. Yeah, that was kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But I love them both. So
yeah, I don't know. I think Shinru might just think of the final dungeon in 10 of being that last little hallway before you get to the crystal thing, and then
maybe
get to the final boss. And in that case, yeah, it is a smaller thing. But yeah, if you include just them going into Sin, including the 3 boss fights you have to do, then I would say FF10's final. I guess it's not one dungeon. I guess it's the final sequence. Is I think it's bigger than you think. Sure.
Yeah.
It may not be as complex as FF6's final area, or FF5's. Definitely, that one's gigantic.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see what you're saying, Shrinner. The problem I have with the epic dungeons is in FF3, the last place you could save was at the bottom.
Yeah.
In between the first half of the final dungeon and the second half of the final dungeon.
That's the only time you go outside.
And it's really long and really difficult. I don't like that because that's the game saying, fuck you. FF2 had a similar one. So these are really early FFs. FF2's Pandemonium, nowhere to save, was ridiculous. And it was just a little too much. FF5 had multiple save points in between large swaths of difficulty, but I thought that was actually pretty good, and it had you save right before the final boss. As long, I think, here's the balance I would like struck. I like FF5's version, but the balance I would like struck is an ability to leave the dungeon so you can do some extra stuff right before the final boss after you've gone through the majority of the dungeon.
Okay.
I don't like to have to go through, you're going to get hit by 3 random fights that are going to weaken the shit out of you before the final boss. That happens in some of these games. I don't like that, personally. I like to just be able to save right before and then walk forward a couple feet, cutscene will start, and then you play the final boss. For me, it's final boss and save placement more than the dungeon.
So what do you think about 12s then, where you go onto the ship and then you fight a bunch of dudes, you go fight Bosch's brother, fight and then you fight the 3 phases of Vayne.
It's a bit much.
Yeah.
It's a bit much. Luckily, 12 is an easier game than FF5 or 3.
Yeah.
But
Well, it does give you kind of what you're asking for, though, because you don't have to jump on the ship before. But you do have to.
I'm pretty sure you can save right before Vayne at the end. So I've had to restart that before in my first time I played FF12.
I don't know.
It would always freeze on Vayne, like doing his transformation because I had a scratch on the disc.
Oh, okay. I never died.
And
to
I
him, so
remember I
have
had
no
to do
clue.
it a couple times, and I would have been livid if there was a large sequence before Vayne. So maybe you're wrong, or maybe I'm wrong, but that's how I remember it. So yeah, I'd say a big final epic dungeon is awesome and great, but give the player just a little bit of a bone with save point placement.
All right.
And yeah, I think FF15 I guess didn't really have anything. That was kind of disappointing. It was just really a boss fight.
Yeah, it was just a car ride and a boss fight.
Car ride and a boss fight, or a couple boss fights, but yeah, and just kind of the city. It was cool, but it wasn't like to the complexity of the older FF games.
Yeah. Phantom Op says, how often can you save throughout the final dungeon?
Similar.
If it's like 3, then no thanks. As much as Joe and Caleb didn't like the moon in 4, I liked that final dungeon because it required multiple tries to get through to the core. And I liked that progression of challenging yourself to get a little further each time you went down. You would warp, save, reheal, and then try to get through it a little more while retrieving some of the best armor and weapons in the game, all the while fighting some heavy foes and optional bosses. Now, I like the ending to 4. I like that area a lot. I don't like when you first get to the moon. Our moon hate is the initial moon landing.
The moon landing.
The moon landing, total hoax in this game. Don't enjoy it because it's like crazy scaled. It's very difficult when the rest of the game was reasonably easy. It was not a hard game until I got to the moon. I was like, holy fuck, man. I just kicked it into high gear and I saved, of course. Because why wouldn't I? But I did like the final area, and I did that a lot in FF1. Where I would just like dig as deep into the dungeon as I could and then leave when I had to leave. And it was hell because because 1 is fucking brutal on especially that stupid version I played, because you got potions that give you random amounts of HP back, and I only can carry 99 of them, and they don't scale at all. So I have 600 HP, but my potion still only gives me 20 health back.
We did finally play D&D on Nude Clan. And so now
why
the potions do random stuff. It's because it's straight up pulling from tabletop RPGs and their sort of randomness of rules, which they're like recreating dice rolls that way.
Yeah, pretty much.
But thank God they got rid of that after FF2.
I agree.
Jesus.
So he says there needs to be a good balance, not impossible, but just challenging enough for you to know it may take a few attempts to complete the dungeon and final boss. In the chat, Stola says FF8 would be perfect for Joe's request, and also that he loved that one.
I like the FF8 final dungeon.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay. What Final Fantasy enemy monster would scare you the most? If it appeared in your house randomly one day, which one?
Any of them.
Any
Which
of
one
them,
would scare you
yes.
the most? Let's say you get up late night to use the bathroom. What are we, old men? And get something to drink, and then you see a certain FF monster just lurking in the shadows. You think you're still drowsy from sleeping, but no, it's actually in your house, and it's all really happening. What enemy would scare you the most?
Giant caterpillar from FF8.
Yeah? Just,
How the fuck did you get in here?
yeah, it's just chilling, and then like you notice like Craig just cocooned in the corner. You see this giant mass of like body and this muffled. Yeah. But like, oh my god, that would be pretty intense. I wouldn't really like the Toneberry because
I wouldn't like the
be...
dragon, like a dragon. Toneberry would be absolutely frightening with the knife.
Yeah, and you're
I
like,
think
what
you're
the?
right. I think Toneberry is actually the winner
And
there.
it's got like, you just see this little lantern and this tiny little green face just staring at you.
Or cockatrice.
Yeah,
It'd be turned to stone.
yeah, that'd be pretty shitty.
FF1. Yeah, any of the large, scary shit.
Yeah, the T-Rex in 8 would suck.
Behemoth would be frightening.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it'd be like having a bear, tiger let loose in your house.
You'd pretty much just be dead.
Yeah.
Bonus question. If you had to fight it to save your life, what would your plan of action be to defeat it? Run upstairs and grab my gun.
Upstairs, grab a gun, yeah.
Shoot it as many times as I can.
Get my muzzle loader.
50
Slowly.
Yeah. A 50 caliber bullet right to the face.
Yeah. Jeez. Yeah.
Let's see what
We are in Utah. We do own guns.
Yeah.
So that's the way it is. And
we don't have a choice,
we
really.
don't have a choice. I don't own a fucking sword. Like that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I got kitchen knives, but that's not enough.
Nope, not enough.
Gonna
Gonna be getting the old gun.
So Light Sage says, in her opinion, I would probably be most scared to see a Marlboro in my house, especially with how they look in later games, all slimy and covered in tentacles. They're basically just giant mouths surrounded by tentacles, and that's even before
Marlboro
getting into
would be
bad
bad.
breath. Even taking away the status effects it causes, it probably stinks like hell. Fight it? You don't fight real life Marlboros. You run away and burn the house down.
That's a good battle plan.
Yeah, Fruff seconds the Marlboro. He said it would have to be the scariest. The second might be the Chocobo because they have long bird legs and can easily kick you in the face and smash all my
Like
teeth
having an
out.
ostrich in your house.
Yeah, his dental plan is not that great, so this is definitely a concern. Ooh, fun to mop. Demon Wall from FF4 with the alien-looking dude popping out of it. It still gives me anxiety just thinking about when I played it for the first time. You're in a tight corridor and the wall starts to close in, and you have to hack at it with your sword to make it stop. My tactic, run like hell. Yeah, the Demon Wall in 4 was very brutal. Oh my god. Skull Hades says, Queen Braun. Not a monster, you say? You can't possibly say that with a straight face. Tactic,
Queen Braun.
fisticuffs. All right. Secondary question: what the hell is Queen Braun?
It's
Personally,
Caleb Craig in a
I think,
bad day.
yeah, a shoe puff visited the troll village, and everyone started taking the phrase "rally ho" way too
Oh
seriously.
my god.
If someone has a better guess, I'm all ears. Yeah, probably. I don't know. Just maybe this. Maybe the. Maybe the slime from Final Fan or from Dragon Quest had a baby, and it was Queen
Oh
Braun.
my god. All right. Shinra is asking for UFF show survey results. The UFF show survey results, which I tried to start here on UFF and twice shut me down, they're mostly on Nude Clan. It's like the percentages are very close. So if you listen to Nude Clan, you'll get all the results for this survey. And we won't have to go over them twice for the people who listen to both shows.
Yeah.
Best guest characters. Oh yeah, we got to save that one for like a episode. I think
I don't know.
we'll get to it someday. Which will come first?
Oh, we already did this.
We already did that one.
We made an
What?
episode about that,
We made
remember?
a whole episode about it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Would you be up to having you Final Fantasy Peasant on UFF as a guest twice? Sure. FF Peasant, you want to come on? Just tweet us.
Yeah.
I'm sure you listen to the
I love
show,
how
right?
Shinra's like, I don't think he's super famous yet, so there's a chance he'd be up for it if you guys invite him. Let me just put it lightly. That guy, a lot more people know who that guy is than who know what Ultimate Final Fantasy is.
That's what he's saying, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was taking it as like, well, he's just a little guy. You guys could honor him with having him on your show.
No, that's not what he's saying. He's saying your show.
I'm reading it now with a less hoity-toity eyes. And
Okay,
I can see that.
there you go.
It would be cool. I would like to.
I do like him. I liked his 15 theory videos. They were helpful for our review of 15, frankly. And his stuff about the background. I had to follow his sources on like the how 15 changed from versus 13. And if his video didn't exist, I wouldn't be able to find that stuff as easily as I did.
Yeah. Oh, this is a good one. More games. This is from N8, assuming Nate. I get the sense you guys have a stress reaction when anyone suggests adding a game to the list. Well, have you seen how long it is? I mean, honestly. Just wondering, though, why is Xenogears, but not the rest of the Xenosaga games?
Because they're not related.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I've never looked at it, but Xenogears was a plot that was pitched for Final Fantasy VII in the beginning, and that is why Xenogears is on the list. Xenosaga, I don't think is even. I don't know if that's connected to Xenogears.
They're not.
And if it is, it's not the same as Xenogears. Xenogears was a plot that was pitched for Final Fantasy VII when they were coming up with story ideas for the game. That was one of them that they pitched, so that game belongs. The rest of the games, though, not so much. Now, the problem I guess we can run into is that Final Fantasy Adventure is named Final Fantasy, but the rest of that series isn't. It's named Mana.
Yep, and it was named Final Fantasy in Japan.
The whole series?
Just that first one.
Right, so why do the rest
So
of them...
it counts.
But the rest of the series
There are
counts as well?
sequels to it, Schweiss.
But if Xenogears or Xenosaga, they're sequels to Xenogears, then they would count. If that's what you're saying. Or is it not quite the same because it wasn't called Final Fantasy?
Shit.
What? Are they connected?
Hold on. Okay, Wikipedia. Xeno is a Japanese science fiction video game series created by Tetsuya Takahashi. The first entry was developed by Squaresoft, and subsequent entries have been developed by Monolith Soft, a company founded by Takahashi after he left Square in '99. While no direct story connections exist between the various games in the series, they have common thematic links and all support the Xeno prefix, which Takahashi has variously described as a means of identifying his games and a symbolic representation of the series. So it's not...
They're more like spiritual sequels kind of a thing?
Okay, so he left Square and still kept the Xeno prefix just for his games that he's developed. And they're only related thematically. I don't think that counts.
Well, if we're going to count it for being related
it's not even a
thematically-
Square. It's not a Square property. The Xenosaga is not a Square property.
Yeah. If we're going to count thematic things, then we would have to do all the Chocobo dungeons. We'd have to do Chocobo racing. We'd have to do everything that has anything to do with Final Fantasy. Anything at all.
Jesus.
Right.
I don't know. Okay, I think I know what our question from us to you is.
I think he also says, also, aren't there some Chocobo games? I admit I've never played them, but Chocobos wouldn't exist without FF.
There are 2 Chocobo games. I'm still going back and forth on whether or not we should add them.
Yeah.
I don't want to, but I still don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know yet either. He doesn't want the podcast to end. So, well, it's not going to end for a long time. So Shinru says Xenogears and Chrono Trigger are great games, and so they always get brought up for years now. They will get to them eventually. Xenosaga was never going to be an FF game, so you can donate it to Nude Clan if you want them to play it, though. Xenogears, on the other hand, was going to be FF7, so it's suitable for the show. I think they actually are playing a bunch of the Chocobo games. They are really short. We never actually said we would. The rule is if it had Final Fantasy in the name of Japan and then was localized, then they will play it. Or if it was going to be an FF game. That is true. So something like Airgaze has FF characters in the game, but is not an FF game, so they won't play it, but we will. But then Kingdom Hearts isn't an FF game, but does feature FF characters, and they are playing those. So we will play Airgaze also.
We are playing Airgaze.
Even though it's bullshit.
Airgaze.
It's bullshit, and the dungeon mode was impossible the last time I tried it.
I say we just add the fucking Chocobo games. Just to get everybody to shut up, because it does have Final Fantasy characters.
Oh, but I told Abrac the other day, he was like, why no Chocobo Dungeon? I was like, well, this doesn't count. He's like, well, Kingdom Hearts isn't Final Fantasy either. I'm like, I guess we'll have to take those off the list too, you fuck. Is that what you want, huh? That's what I told him. I was like, I guess we'll have to remove those too.
You're calling him you fuck because you just gave him how much money?
I don't know.
You don't remember?
Oh, it was like $80 for our movie league. You got a lot of money out of that thing.
I said I was going to join up this season. Didn't do it.
I didn't pick either.
God
I have my leftovers
damn
from
it.
last week, and the movies are more expensive this week than last week, and they're the same fucking movies. So I have 4 films in there. I'm half empty.
God damn it.
I'm done.
It's
I'm
half
fucked.
full, Schweiss, please.
It's not
Be
half.
positive.
Although the crazy part is that I am not less than half of the first place, even not picking. Like, it's a shitty week for everybody in that movie league. Anyway. Stuff like Xenogears, Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, either Final Fantasy Legend or Final Fantasy Adventure, can't remember which one, and Fables, Chocobo's Dungeon, and Mystic Quest will be played, I think.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, yeah.
Final Fantasy Mystic Quest and Final Fantasy Adventure will. Not Legend.
Not Legend.
That one's the bullshit one.
Yeah.
Crystal Chronicles and the other games, minus Tactics, are actually pretty quick games for the most part, so you can easily beat most of them in a week or two. I don't know about that. Abrax says the logic for playing Kingdom Hearts and not some of the other games with FF characters in it is a bit shaky, but I'll accept it because I love Kingdom Hearts and want them to play it, and don't give a fuck about the Chocobo games or Airgaze.
Airgaze is on it.
Airgaze has been on the list, yeah. Fruff says he agrees. Fuck Airgaze and the Chocobo games. And I said Airgaze is on the list, and Kingdom Hearts is a little more connected to the games than a game featuring Chocobos. Main characters from the series greater than Chocobo.
Yeah, okay, yes. Let's just fucking do the Chocobo games that have made it to the States. I guess I don't see a problem playing.
All right, fuck
It's
it.
gonna be like that third Secret of Mana game. We're just gonna have to skip the third one. It's gonna be lame.
Fuck it all, we'll do it. We'll play
Yeah.
it.
All right. I think that's... Oh, so you were saying half empty, and I just remembered. One night, I had a glitch in the computer when I worked at the gas station, and there was a girl who came in. She wanted to get gas on her car. She only had cash. And I said, I'm sorry, but I got to wait for this computer to reboot, and it took like 20 minutes. She was just standing there, and we were awkwardly talking. And eventually, what I got to was I found out she was a public speaker.
Oh, okay.
That was her job. She would go around to high schools and just, what do you call that? It's like a... shoot.
Keynote speaker? I don't know.
It's like gets everybody pumped up and ready for success.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I don't know what the word
She was
is.
one of those. So she was like a...
motivational speaker.
Motivational speaker. There we go. That's the word. Thank you. She was a motivational speaker. Sorry, guys. We wake up right before this episode, and sometimes the brain is dragging. Motivational speaker. So she's all about positivity and making the world what you want and yada, yada, yada. And I knew this because when her boyfriend came in, and he's like, let's just go to another gas station. I'm like, because that's what I suggested. I'm like, look, there's a Chevron down the street. She's like, no, it's going to work. Be positive. And like and I knew she said it in a way that I knew that this was a constant thing with this couple, was that if he said anything negative at all, her role as Miss Public Speaker, always positive, would be like, be positive, okay? It's going to work. And I just, at that point, I saw too much of their relationship. I saw it. I saw what hell it must be.
to be either one of those people.
Either one of those people. At that moment, was like, I'm never dating a motivational speaker, ever. Because, my God, they would have saved so much time by going to the Chevron down the street.
Like, what loyalty do we have?
It's going to work. Which, of course, they did eventually leave because the computer just was not having it.
Oh, really? They didn't
But
even say?
as soon as they pulled out of the parking lot, the computer started working.
Oh, wow.
And so I was like, laughing.
Hey, it worked.
It did work, if you'd hang on for one more minute, but I didn't want him to hang on. I wanted him out of my fucking store. God damn it, that was funny. All right. Let's go ahead and just get to our reviews, and we'll wrap it up with a question from us to thou.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to cut it.
Nope. Wasn't going to cut it.
Here we go. Sloppy reviews episode. iTunes reviews.
We got 5 reviews. 1 from Canada, 4 from the US of A.
That's right. That's because we're 4 times better.
That's right. Great podcast for a great game. 5 stars by Johnny Strife. I love hearing these guys talk about my favorite games.
What's this on the screen before me? 5-star review from R. Lennon 72. Please don't count this as an iTunes review. I actually love the no iTunes review song.
Well, unfortunately, you gave it on a week when we got a shitload of reviews.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
there's plenty of reviews here.
it's true. The grind is over. I started 2 months ago listening to the FF1 review. When I regained my
Took him
hearing,
2 months to listen to
That's-
that FF1 review.
Yeah. When I regained my hearing after that awesomely mixed podcast, I plowed ahead. After 200 podcasts, including commentaries and minisodes, I have listened to your Stormblood review and am now current. You guys are the ultimate combination of news, reviews, lore, and entertainment. I love the show, and I will be listening to everything Geekdom produces. The ball-busting humor of Joe, Cameron, and the Calebs are exactly the type of humor I can relate to. To keep up the incredible work, love you guys. This is Rob L. on the forums and Diggin' Deep Games on Twitter. Take care, Rob. Oh, yeah, I have seen you on Twitter
Thank
a lot.
you, Rob. This is almost a review for Nude Clan, but we see you didn't do one for that, did you?
Yeah. Get it on there, man. Get on there and get your chance for a movie. We're going to be watching one probably really soon.
Thank you for your review. Great podcast by BG Da Silva. I stumbled upon this podcast a while ago and finally decided to leave a review, so I didn't feel like the person that silently creeps on people's social media accounts and never leaves a footprint. I started out listening to just the review episodes for the games. Oh, speaking of that, why the fuck does Facebook have it where if you pop in and watch someone's Facebook live feed, your name pops up for them? It's bullshit.
Yeah, that's
can't
weird.
I just accidentally click on this without looking like I'm creeping on someone I haven't seen in years? Like, ooh, when is their Facebook live? No, it's fucking weird. Anyway, all right. Started out listening to just the review episodes for the games I had played, and then started listening to the random ones that weren't reviews. These are very informative. The guys do a good job of going over the plot of the games, the music, gameplay, legacy, etc., while being informative and funny at the same time. Thank you. Because if we weren't funny, this would be boring, and I would fucking hate myself every Saturday if we were just... If we had to seriously talk about Final Fantasy every single week. I would kill myself. I love the little quips they say when they get off on a tangent about something they loved or hated about the game being discussed. I'm still bitter about the fact that FF8 enemies leveled up with your characters. I didn't know that until listening to the review podcast on this game. You can tell Caleb and Joseph really put out, or excuse me, really put in.
One of us does.
Really put in effort and time to create each episode. And it truly shows. If you're a fan of FF games, this is a must listen. Great job, guys.
Oh,
Good
man.
job putting out.
Yeah. Thank you. 5-star review, a must for Final Fantasy fans by J Diggy 84. I have been listening to this podcast for the last 3 months,
Dig you with it.
and I am up to their Kingsglaive review. Hope you didn't like it. The movie, not the review. Both hosts have shown their love for the Final Fantasy series time and again, and it has increased my love for the series even more. Their coverage of FF11 was exceptionally well done, as I was a poor college student when it came out and was unable to afford it. And now that I am married with a child, I don't have the time.
You're married with a child? Sorry. There
I look
needs
forward
to be a comma there.
to getting to their thoughts on 15 and beyond. That is true. I will always enjoy the grind.
Thank you very much. All right. Our one Canadian. I believe this was Canadian. Could have been UK. Now I feel bad because I can't remember. Pretty sure it was Canadian.
Let's give him the Canadian accent.
Besides the A, I
Just
don't
think
know what
Fargo.
to say. That's like Minnesota.
Yeah, but that's pretty north.
Yeah, I'm not very good at it though. I love the Final Fantasy. Maybe it's cool.
Okay.
From Quebec.
Yeah, there you go.
These guys are good too. 5-star. I can't fucking do this. You do it and you just go for it. But like the fact that I can hear myself being really bad at an impersonation like drives me nuts.
You just got to go for it. You just got to believe that you're the
Yeah.
best and don't give a
I
shit if you're
just
not.
discovered this at work the other night and started from episode 1. I'm really enjoying the show thus far, and I'm up to the Final Fantasy 4 review. Only to the 4 review? Come on, man. Wait till you got a full thing before you give us a review, because
It gets different.
It does evolve over time.
That is where we got our like formula, though.
I started my FF playing with this game on the SNES in 1993 or so. 6 is the best in the series, despite what you kids, old man voice say. Despite what I can't do that. Okay, keep up the great work. I'll be playing catch up through my shifts at work for the next while. I look forward to your reviews and discussions of the series as a whole, and seeing how your show grows. Peace, K-Bob.
That did have a
Thank you, K-Bob.
quite the range of accents going on.
Yeah.
It
Let's
evolved.
not.
It evolved, much like the show.
Let's not commentate on the accents. All right, I got a cue from us to you, and let's get that going. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the cue from us to you. Now, it's important that you read the Wikipedia page on this fucking series before you make a decision.
Okay.
The cue from us to you is whether or not the Xenosaga games count as actual sequels to Xenogears. Because if they do, then we have to have a Xenogears section or a Xeno section. There's one argument for it. It's from the guy who made it. Everything I do is thematically connected, and the prefix is that Xeno is in the title. And they're all sci-fi, and they're all RPGs. And I think they're all anime.
Yeah, I think so.
Now, the argument against that is that Square did not sign off on this. It's just the one guy leaving, going to another company, and making his own game. Spiritually connected to his original game, as well as the fact, it's not actually, like, it's not one trademarked thing. It's not a trademarked series. It's not one thing.
It's just,
So my question is, and bring forth your arguments, please. Should we count Xenosaga in our playthroughs?
All right.
'Cause I didn't think they were connected at all, and now there seems to be a timid connection.
You're kind of right. They're not really connected, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
So
more games, I guess, and if they're supposed to be good, I guess it doesn't matter. It's when we have to play bad games that it matters.
yeah,
Although the nice thing about bad games, except Revenant Wings, is they usually don't take that long. They don't take that many hours. Like, a lot of people didn't really care for A King's Tale, but it was only 2 hours long, so who cares?
I thought it was fine, honestly,
Yeah.
for being a 2-hour long game.
And it was free.
It was a lot better than fucking Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, and that wasn't free. You paid money.
Alone in the Dark, A New Nightmare.
You paid cash money for that.
Cash Money.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cash Money Records.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to be it for this episode. Make sure to check our website, Twitter, Patreon. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah. Hang out with us on Nude Clan and enjoy the grind.
Final Fantasy is a podcast created by Geek Entertainment and is executive produced by Justin Collier, Diego Suarez,
right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed the new intro and outro for the season. Hope you like the artwork from our good man Stolas. Thank you so much. And we are totally going to go with the Tactics one. We just need to get a good background for it, and go. Yeah. So thank you so much for the artwork. And I got to go grab Caleb Craig because he's carless. So, and then we'll start some Nude Clan. So come hang out with us there.